Optimism is a simple choice we can all make. It is the belief that good things will happen. It is the decision to see the best in every situation. Life will always have its challenges and its dark clouds. But optimism is like deciding to look for the sun, even when it is hidden. It is not about ignoring problems or pretending that everything is perfect. Instead, it is about facing those problems with hope. It is the quiet confidence that you have the strength to overcome whatever comes your way. This powerful mindset can change how you see the world and, in turn, change the world you experience every single day. Meet Howard. He was a man who learned this profound lesson firsthand. Howard was not born with a special gift for happiness. He was just like anyone else, facing the ups and downs of a regular life. There were days filled with pressure at work and worries at home. He often felt stuck, as if he were just going through the motions without any real joy or purpose. But one day, Howard made a conscious decision. He decided he would no longer let negativity control his thoughts. He made a commitment to embrace relentless optimism, to actively search for the good in every single moment, no matter how small it seemed. This commitment wasn't just a fleeting thought, it became his daily practice. Howard started to understand that his mindset was the one thing he had complete control over. He couldn't always control his circumstances, the actions of others, or the unexpected challenges that life threw at him. But he could always, without fail, control his reaction to them. He began to see every obstacle not as a roadblock but as an opportunity. It was an opportunity to learn, to grow stronger, and to prove to himself that his positive outlook was more powerful than any temporary setback. This shift was the beginning of a profound transformation in his life. Choosing optimism is like planting a seed in your mind. At first it might seem small and insignificant. You might not see the results immediately. But if you water it every day with positive thoughts and give it the sunlight of a hopeful perspective, it will begin to grow. Slowly but surely, its roots will deepen, making you more resilient and stable. Its stem will grow taller, lifting your spirits and giving you a better view of the possibilities around you. Soon, what was once a tiny seed of hope will blossom into a beautiful and strong part of who you are, coloring your entire world with its vibrancy and strength. Life did not become instantly easy for Howard just because he chose optimism. In fact, it seemed to test his new resolve almost immediately. He faced a major project at work that was failing. His team was discouraged, morale was at an all-time low, and everyone seemed ready to give up. The pressure was immense, and the old Howard would have been consumed by stress and fear of failure. He would have focused on everything that was going wrong. He would have joined the chorus of complaints and negativity, sinking deeper into the problem instead of looking for a way out. This was his first real test. But the new Howard responded differently. Instead of dwelling on the problems, he focused relentlessly on finding solutions. He started each day by reminding himself of his goal, to find the good, to be the source of positive energy. When his team members came to him with complaints, he listened, but then he would gently steer the conversation toward what they could control. "What is one small thing we can do right now to make this better?" he would ask. He celebrated every tiny victory, no matter how small. He was a beacon of hope in a sea of despair, refusing to let the negativity of the situation drown him or his team. There was a particularly difficult week when everything seemed to go wrong. A key deadline was missed, a major client expressed their disappointment, and it felt like the entire project was about to collapse. The air was thick with tension and blame. During a team meeting, the frustration was palpable. Instead of pointing fingers, Howard stood up and spoke about resilience. He talked about past challenges they had overcome together as a team. He reminded them of their strengths and their shared commitment. He didn't promise an easy fix, but he promised that he would stand with them and that together they would find a way forward, one positive step at a time. This unwavering positivity began to have a noticeable effect. It was like a single candle lit in a dark room. At first, its light is small, but soon others are drawn to its warmth and start to light their own candles from its flame. His team members, inspired by his resilience, started to shift their own perspectives. They began to focus less on the problems and more on the possibilities. The energy in the room started to change from one of defeat to one of determination. Howard's relentless optimism didn't magically solve the problems, but it created the environment where solutions could be found. It empowered everyone to keep going when they felt like quitting. The changes in Howard's life were not confined to his workplace. His newfound optimism created a powerful ripple effect that touched every part of his existence. At work, the once failing project was turned around. His team, now energized and united, found creative solutions and met their revised deadlines. Management noticed the incredible shift, not just in the project's results, but in the team's entire attitude. Howard was recognized for his leadership, not because he was the most skilled manager, but because he was the most positive one. He had shown everyone that a positive mindset was not a soft skill, but a strategic advantage that leads to real tangible success. His family life also transformed in beautiful ways. Before, Howard would often come home drained and irritable, bringing the stress of his day with him. His interactions with his wife and children were often strained. Now, he made a conscious effort to leave work at work and bring his best self home. He started focusing on the good moments with his family. He listened more intently to their stories, celebrated their small achievements, and filled their home with laughter and encouragement. His wife noticed the change, remarking that it felt like she had the old happy Howard back again. His children thrived in the more positive and loving atmosphere he helped create. Even Howard's personal life and daily routines saw remarkable improvements. He started waking up with a sense of purpose instead of dread. He found more joy in simple things, like a morning cup of coffee or a walk in the park. His health improved as his stress levels plummeted. He had more energy and felt more alive than he had in years. This positive feedback loop became self-sustaining. The more he focused on the good, the more good he seemed to find. His entire perception of the world had shifted, and his reality had shifted right along with it, proving that our inner world truly does create our outer world. The most profound change was the deep sense of peace and control Howard now felt. He understood that while he could not control the winds of life, he could always adjust his sails. This realization was incredibly empowering. He was no longer a victim of his circumstances, but the captain of his own ship. He knew that challenges would still come, but he no longer feared them. He had an unshakable faith in his ability to navigate through any storm by holding onto his anchor of optimism. This inner strength became his greatest asset, a source of resilience that he could draw upon any time, anywhere. You too can unlock this incredible power in your own life. You can build your own fortress of optimism, one positive thought at a time. The first practical step is to start a gratitude journal. Every single day, take just 5 minutes to write down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for. It could be something as simple as the warmth of the sun, a kind word from a stranger, or a delicious meal. This simple act trains your brain to actively scan your world for the good, shifting your focus away from what is lacking and toward what is abundant. It is a small habit that yields enormous results over time. Another powerful tip is to practice positive reframing. When you face a challenge or a setback, consciously try to find the opportunity within it. If you get stuck in traffic, reframe it as unexpected time to listen to your favorite podcast or audiobook. If a project at work gets delayed, see it as a chance to review and improve it further. This is not about denying the frustration, but about choosing a more empowering response. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how can this make me stronger? This practice builds mental muscle and turns obstacles into stepping stones for your personal growth. It is also crucial to be mindful of the information and the people you allow into your life. Surround yourself with positive influences. Limit your exposure to constant negative news and social media feeds that leave you feeling anxious or inadequate. Seek out friends, mentors, and colleagues who uplift and inspire you. Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your mindset. By curating a more positive environment, you make it much easier to maintain a positive outlook. You are the gatekeeper of your mind, so be intentional about what you let in. Protect your peace and your positivity with care. Finally, remember that relentless optimism is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when it feels difficult, and that is perfectly okay. The goal is not perfection, but progress. Be kind to yourself. When you have a negative thought, simply acknowledge it without judgment and gently guide your focus back to something positive. Each time you choose hope over despair, you are strengthening your resolve. You are building your fortress brick by brick. Embrace this power within you, for a positive mind is the most powerful tool you have to create a life filled with joy,